So, hello teacher, my name is Nayeli Lucin, and the purpose of this video is to demonstrate that we all communicate differently, but we always have the same objective of how to express ourselves, either using slangs or different vocabulary. So we always aim to show how we feel. So first, I'm going to talk about language variation by age. So my short explanation about this term is people use different language depending on their age. Children, teens, adults, and seniors speak differently, many differently because of their experiences, social habits, and environments. So we have these draws. So first, we have child. So look, I draw a cat. We have teenager. Teenager many times says, bro, that movie was fire. And the last is senior or elderly person. Back in my days, we did it the hard way. So then we have a little bit of sketch about this theme, so it's very fun and play. Pedrito, what did you do over the weekend? Oh, teacher, I play with my toys and watch cartoons. Oh, teacher, I hung out with my friends. It was chill. I'm an actress. Okay, then we have language variation by sociolect. My little bit explanation about these terms is a sociolect is a way people speak based on their social group, such as profession, education, level, or social class. Different groups have different vocabulary, obviously, and ways of expressing themselves. So, in my hands, I have these jaws. This is a construction worker. Yo, pass me the drill. Okay. A student. A student say something like, according to the theory of language acquisition. So it's many sophisticated. This is my students. So, and then we have other sketch, other a little bit of sketch about this theme. So play it. The students, can some explain what teamwork means? So it's like when we all work together to harvest the crops. If one person stops, the rest go slower. Me, teacher. So I consider that teamwork is when people collaborate efficiently to reach a common goal.
The socioeconomic status is why and classify individual or family according to different factors such as economic employment, level of education, type of work they have, the condition in which they live, and the access they have to the service such as health and education. This level is why using his social and economic skills to understand what people like and use they have and what their living condition can be improved. These levels are usually divided into five groups: high, high, medium, and low. For example, a family with a good income and university education, a house of the each one and access to private health service is considered health or made health. Or the other part, a family with low income and little education and difficult in access service is at low level.
Hello, my name is Maria Jose Ñez, and the purpose of this video is to explore how linguistic diversity can affect English language teaching. We as teachers, understanding these variations help us create more inclusive and context-aware classrooms. Let's focus on the variable of gender. Gender can influence how students communicate in class. Research shows that female students often use more polite, cooperative, or emotionally expressive language, while male students may use more assertive or direct expressions. For example, a female student might say, "Excuse me, could you please help me with this?" Whereas a male student might say, "I need help with this." They are more simple. Females often use more intensifiers and edges. Um, Examples like really, kind of, maybe. A good example is, "This is really good." This is really, really good. Males tend to use more direct language. Example, this is good. As teachers, it's important not to stereotype or expect certain behaviors based on gender. Instead, we should encourage equal opportunities for speaking and participation. We can also use gender neutral language in our materials, like saying police officer instead of policeman. We have to build a respectful learning environment for all students.
My name is Nicole Wambo. I am going to explain one type of linguistic variation, register. Register is the way we change how we speak depending on the situation, on the person we are talking to. There are two main types of register, formal and informal. Okay, for example, if I tell to my teacher is the usual formal language, I may say, for example, excuse me, could you explain things again, please? But when I talk to my friends, it's the usual informal language. I may say, hey, what did you say? But sentence means the same thing, but the register is different. Formal language is usually more polite structure and respectful. Informal language is more relaxing and casual. In the classroom, students often use a formal register with teachers and informal register with classmates. This is very common and completely naturally we all change how we speak depending on the context, and that paralinguistic diversity understand register how use how flexibly language is changed depending of the contents, relationships, and purpose. That is just one example of how language is diversity and life. Thank you for watching.
Within their magister, this is the group G, the topic linguistic variation. The purpose of this video is to explain the linguistic variation refers to the diverse ways a language is used by different groups of the people or in different contexts. These variations can occur at various levels of language. Multilingual variation take this concept a step further by consider language use in contexts where multiple languages are involved. In a sense, while the linguistic variation explores the diversity within a single language, multilingual variations examines the complexities and interactions that arise when multiple languages coexist and are used by individuals and communities. We're watching these multilingual variations in everyday interactions. About my topic, I analyzed the code switching. As mentioned before, this is the practice of alternating between two or more languages within a single conversation or utterance. The reason for code switchings can be social, pragmatic, or even grammatical. For example, someone might switch to their heritage language when speaking to family members, but use dominant language in a professional setting. Thank you.